So now let's start working on our profile component, right? So I have opened up an actual Instagram. So let's have a look on how this profile is structured. So here we have this image and here we have this the details, right? So we will be using Flexbox to align this, right? So here we have this div and here we have this another div, and inside this another div we have some name and the post and the followers and all those stuff. Okay, so let's do that, right? So here I have this profiles. First of all, I'll be writing div, right? Right, the whole div, right? The whole page, right? Whole div. Inside this div, we have this two div, right? Okay. So inside this, or maybe I can put this two things, this image and this area in a separate div, right? Yeah, that will be a more better. Okay. Inside this div, we will have a separate div, right? Now in this, we have two divs, one for image and one for the details, right? Okay, so inside the first div I can use this image tag img and I can self close it. I will give a little bit of the style to this style, and the width will be maybe 160 pixel, and height will be 160 pixel, and I will give a little border radius to make it circular, border, border radius, and that is half of 160, that is 80 pixel, right? Okay, 80 pixel, 80 pixel. Okay, so now we need to put a URI as well, right? And for that I'll be going to Unsplash, right? Unsplash, and we will select search for PERS1 person, right? And we want orientation square, and let's scroll down and select any image, maybe this guy, right? I'll copy image address, and in here I can write src. Inside src I can paste the URL like so. Okay, now in this div I want h4 maybe with the maybe the name, right? Maybe let's say Ramesh Verma. Okay, and then then yeah, let's save this and let's see how this looks like. Okay, yeah, it's decent, it's decent, right? Now I'll be giving the root this div, right? So we have image in this div and we have the details in this div. So I'll be giving this style to this div, style, and I will first give display flex, not direction, dis display flex flex, and justify content. So I need to put a space around, spacearound space around, right? And then we can have a margin, right? Margin, that is 18 pixel from top and bottom, and 0 pixel from left and right. And yeah, let's save this and let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's decent, it's decent. So now we will be creating another div, right? Let's have a look. So we will be creating another div which will have post, followers and following, and again we will give this div a display of flex, right? Okay, so let's do that. So inside this div we will be creating another div, div, right? Inside this div we have maybe h5, we can use h5 with here let's say 40 posts, right? I can duplicate that, maybe 40 FOLLOWERS followers and 40 FOLLOWING following, and I will give this div a display of flex to align this all row wise. Now let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's decent, it's decent, but So these don't have enough of the spacing between them, or I think I can here instead of h5 I can select all the occurrences and I can write h6 instead, right? And what I can do, I can put here justify content, and I can put space betwen space between, but this will not work because they don't have enough width. So I will let's inspect this, right? And let's say if I give this width of, let's say, 102%. Oh, not this. I'll remove that. Maybe I can give width to this div, right? This div, maybe let's say width of 102%, and let's increase this little bit. Yeah, maybe 109. Yeah, this is looking good. Oh, maybe 108%. Okay, so we can copy this, right? So we can give width of 108%, like so. And I want a little now a border, little border, right? Border bottom, right? So I'll add that as well. So I'll add border, 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 bottom, and 1 pixel, solid solid, and grui gray color. Let's say this, and yeah, it's decent. It's decent. Now let's start working on the gallery, right? So here we will be showing the post, right? The images created by this user in here below. So let's start working on that. So I'll minimize this div and I can minimize this whole div. Right now I'll create a kind of a separate div in here, div, and maybe I can give this a class name of gallery, and here I'll be using a lot of images in here, right? img, and I can self close it, or I think I should create an array, but first let's try that, right? First let's try that, and I'll copy the source, right? I'll copy the source. Maybe we can use the same, right? So I'll copy the source, control C, right? And I'll minimize this div and src, control V. We don't need this. Okay, yeah, okay, so I can duplicate this couple of times, right? And I want to add a little class name to this as well, right? CLA, because I'll be adding a style, right? So class name may be item, and I need to add this in all the tags, so I can remove this all the tags in here, and again I can duplicate that. Okay, so let's have a look. So, oh, the image is not being loaded. Oh, my bad. What the hell is this? Let's save this. Okay, so now I'll be adding a little bit of the style, right? So here we can add the style to gallery, and I'll be adding the style to item. So let's go to our app.css. Now I will select first gallery, and I will add first display flex, and flex wrap will be wrapped, so that if there is the more content, then the more content can start from the next line. And I will add the justify content, maybe space around. Yeah, let's save this and let's see if this works. Oh, I think I need to add the little width to the images as well. So I'll grab item, and item will have width of, let's say, 30%, right? Let's save this and let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's beautiful, isn't it? Right. Okay, it's beautiful, it's responsive, and it's amazing. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm loving it. Let's say if I increase, I can close this and here. Okay, so we have this too much of the space, so I think I should add a max width to all this whole div, I guess, right? Whole div, yeah, that will be more better option, because right now everything, it is looking ugly, right? If we here we can see we don't have, here we have this like kind of lot of spacing, right, in this actual Instagram, right, and everything is on center. But right now here we have this image too far from this text, right? Okay, too far from this text, and yeah, we don't have enough of the all the content in center. We have this enough space in this between. So I'll add a max width to this div. Where is that? So here we need to go to profile, and in this parent div I'll add a style to this parent div. style. Now sometime I prefer inline style, and sometime I just go to app.css and write that, because it's up to me, right? Whatever I feel to do, I do that, right? I prefer sometime inline style, I prefer sometime, right, externally, write that externally, right? It's up to me, right? You can structure the style however you like, but most of the time I write inline style because it's easier for me to make you understand, right? So yeah. Max width and 550 pixel, and in order to center that, so I'll be adding margin, and from top and bottom that will be 0, and auto from left and right. Let's save this. Now it's very beautiful, it's very beautiful. I'll press alt shift I key. I think it's beautiful, it's beautiful. Okay, it's beautiful, it's more beautiful now. Okay, so I think we are done with this profile, right? Yeah, so maybe we'll be now finishing this sign up, sign in, and this home. Oh, we have left this home, right? So we should work on this home maybe next. Okay, so we'll be working on this home screen in the next video. So I'll see you guys in the next video.